Why am I never the one? I relate to this heavily. I've always felt like the woman a man meets before they find the person they want. But I remind myself that if it didn't work in my favor, it wasn't meant for me, and how someone feels about me is out of my control. But I do have power of how I feel about myself. I've been there. Where I'm at now, I can honestly say I am glad none of those relationships got anywhere. Take them as lessons learned, but not for you. And you have definitely become a chapter in their lives that maybe not now, but they will see that they missed out and will teach them something that will help them in the future. It sucks getting hurt, I know. But God has a better plan for you, girly. I completely empathize with your sentiments regarding the challenges of modern dating and the recurring pattern of being the catalyst for personal growth in others' lives, only to be left behind. It's disheartening when you invest genuine effort, remain transparent in your communication, and yet struggle to find someone who reciprocates the same level of commitment and growth alongside you. Relationships are complex, and compatibility goes beyond just being with different types of individuals. It's about finding someone who truly appreciates and values your unique qualities and reciprocates the same level of emotional investment. While it may seem like an arduous journey, I genuinely believe that the right person, who recognizes your worth and is willing to be that person for you, will come into your life. In the meantime, continue to prioritize self-love, personal growth, and maintaining your unwavering authenticity. Remember, you deserve a partner who not only learns from their mistakes, but actively chooses to grow alongside you. Stay positive, keep an open heart, and trust that the universe has a way of bringing the right person into your life when the time is right. I honestly could have wrote this. It's very frustrating and discouraging, but I have realized that I am an old soul and maybe need to date older. Communication is very important to me, but in my experience, I've dealt with very immature men. Good luck out there. Stop giving feedback on what they should do better. Assuming the people you're dealing with are adults, they should be doing better with you, not for someone else. If they don't have the capabilities to treat you how you should be treated from the beginning, kindly release them without any further feedback. A simple, "I find that we are incompatible, but I wish you all the best" will do. Teaching them how to treat people better is not your job. They need to learn that on their own. I gave them human decency and wasn't closed off about how I felt, and how open and accepting and blah blah blah. Agree, it's all blah blah blah. They had fun and now they are moving to the next target. Why? Because they can, because they don't care, and because they are selfish. I understand where you are coming from. I'm never the one either. I think what's happening here is while you may feel like you're select different men, varying looks, jobs, hobbies, personality types, etc., the one common trait you're allowing is for them to not truly consider you as a person, because on some level that's how desperate you are for someone to choose you. Honey, let me tell you that as a woman, you hold inherent value to men, so you don't need to be a pick-me. Establish and hold some boundaries for yourself and the men you choose to spend your time, energy, and presence on. That will help weed out the nays and more quickly identify legitimate potential partners. I've been saying more often, whether fair or unfair and whether we like it or not, there is one common truth in everyone's reality, and it's that the common denominator in all of your life experiences is you. Whether it's something you're caused or not, whether it's happening to you or you're the one making it happen, in some way, shape, or form you had something to do with the experience, and that's through both decision and indecision. I have the same problem. 28M. Someone I met recently invited me to play Call of Duty with her, and when I joined I immediately got kicked, and then blocked on everything by her without any reason, which didn't feel good at all. Every time I try to put myself out there, it always ends up the same. Me being alone is all I know at this point. They all just either ghost me or give me the same reason everyone else does. We need more people like you, though I'm tired of people not being upfront and honest. Men are known to pursue and date women they don't actually see a future with, and will even lie to themselves to justify it. It comes down to them not wanting to be alone, and they want an ego boost. In other words, they can't handle facing themselves and their issues and need a woman to validate them. The trick to avoid being used by them emotionally, sexually, etc. is to try to learn their intent early on before getting invested. Most men know very early on if they see you as a LTR. I have always been the one to teach people how to treat other people better. Going out on a limb here, I think they are letting you down easy because nobody likes a know-it-all. This post kind of presumes that you were 100 right and they are ignorant of how to treat other people. Personally, would not want to stick around in that kind of situation, but that's just based on this post. This feels very much relatable. There are a number of possibilities here. Maybe one or the other helps you. First, you are still young. On one hand, this means, especially in our current times, that a lot of people your age don't have a clue about love, what they want, who they are, it's developing. So maybe you were just ahead of your time. It could also be that what they are telling really is just blah. Maybe they say it to be polite and what you did was not half as important for them as they say. Whereas being polite is a good sign and speaks for your choices, because a lot of women make very strange experiences with men. However, it could also be that they noticed your way of trying to change them, and maybe they didn't like it. Even if you might be right about most points, that doesn't mean they liked being corrected. Mothers tend to do it and it creates reactance, and reactance kills the mood. Last, I am certain dating experiences heavily depend on the area socially, locally, and economically you are in. So it might help to change where you are dating to find someone who is different. Even if they are not the same types of guys on the surface, their mindset might still be influenced in a similar way if there is a common background. Same age and a woman, I'm tired too. You're 26. My god, you are way too young to be giving up hope. I have 3 dead exes and didn't get married till I was 31. I didn't have kids till I was 34 and 37 now I'm 40 in the middle of a divorce and I still haven't given up hope that I'll find the one. If I can have hope after a slew of dead exes, a divorce, and enough baggage for a year-round trip around the world, you can find someone too. It's hard to make a judgment call from a short little post on Reddit, but the impression I got from your post is I think maybe your expectations are too high for the average person, and maybe you're coming off a bit self-righteous to them. You use specific words that are red flags in dating. Examples in this post teach people how to treat other people. Things always end with them apologizing for not handling things correctly. It sounds like you have a very rigid view of how your person should be and how your relationship should be, and that's okay, but maybe you're not allowing them to be them without judging and criticizing. Nobody wants to feel constantly judged, criticized, and corrected, so maybe you should evaluate whether you're actually being accepting of any of these people, or are you trying to make them be who you want them to be, which never ever works in a relationship. You should never go into a relationship with the idea you can fix them. Either you accept them as they are or move on.